guys, Steve, and this is Time Spider-Man and the X-Men issue 1. When I just first hear about this one, that time I was just shocked because I never expected this kind of tie-up in the team, kind of team up this thing. So let's go what they're saying about this one. I have collected some reviews and I'm gonna read it with this view. Hope you guys will enjoy it, and whether waiting for seeing that video. So Craig taught us this is written by IGN.com. Even with as many X-Men comics as there are these days, the younger members of the team tend to get the short shrift. That problem is only compounded by the recent cancellation of Wolverine and the X-Men. Sure, it's hard to have a comic called Wolverine and the X-Men when Wolverine himself is dead, but what about all the kids at the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning? That's where this new series comes in. Spider-Man and the X-Men see Spidey hired as the newest faculty member of the Jean Grey School to the delight of absolutely no one. There's ample comedy to be had in this debut issue, though the series struggles in other areas. First things first, don't come into this book expecting it to focus on the core X-Men. In truth, characters like Storm, Beast and Rachel Grey are the weakest element. The open naked hostility greeting Spidey as he shows up for his new job is baffling. Writer Elliot Kalan doesn't reflect the fact that these characters have had years of interaction and team-ups and are far from wearying strangers. The X-Men behave so bizarrely that it's enough to wonder if this comic is meant to be taking place during the events of Axis. But if that were the case, it would open up an entirely new wave of problems. The dynamic among the adult cast members needs to change, and quickly. So things do pick up as Spidey settles in and meets his class of misfits and misanthropes. Kalan writes for the Daily Show, so his voice and sensibilities mesh nicely with the Wolverine and the X-Men follow-up. The goofy plot developments and banter actually make this book feel like more of a direct follow-up to Jason Aaron's Wolverine and the X-Men than Jason Latour's series did. The tone is just more light-hearted, and while Kalan doesn't necessarily pull from the most compelling students in the JGA school roster, there's no Quentin Quire idol urgencies to be found here. So, and about this one, visually this new series also reads like a successor to the original Wolverine and the X-Men. Marco Fela brings a nicely energetic and stylish approach to the X-Men. His figures are dynamic, expressive, regardless of whether they are mutated or masked or what have you. Simple side gag like Spider-Man wearing a sport coat over his costume or an us mopping underneath of webbed up force field go a long way towards enhancing the silly tone of the writing. The light-hearted approach extends to the villains after a brief appearance by Ernest the Untouchable. Kalan shifts his attention to the much hyped alliance between Stegron. Did I say just Stegron? Okay, it should be Stegron and Sauron. Those duo make for a suitably wacky first trade for Spidey's claws, but not much more. It highlights what may be this book's primary weakness. There's not enough of a driving conflict to keep things interesting or offset the more humorous elements. Kalan introduces the notion of a possible mole among the JGS ranks, but it grows as almost an afterthought. So in another ways, allcomiccon.com, no, allcomic.com, every time I just read it very much wrong. This is posted by Derek Baker, so he has given a 4 out of 5 stars, and that is pretty much appreciable. I appreciate it. This is pretty good because this issue writer and the creators deserve this kind of rating. So when Spider-Man and the X-Men was first announced, there were probably plenty of groans from people thinking this was nothing more than replacing one member of the Marvel Big Two for the other one. So Kalan, head writer of the Daily Show, has written some Marvel comics before. All of his past endeavors have been decent. The first issue of Spider-Man and the X-Men is on a whole other level. Paul Wolverine's dying wishes. Spidey is brought on board the Jean Grey School as a special guidance counselor. So that is really heart-touching kind of thing. But I'm told Spidey may know a thing or two about this stuff. Most of this issue is joke after joke at a very fast pace. This works because Spidey feels completely out of his element. Mark of failure, and if there is only one Marvel title you can get this week, you better make it this one. It's such a great time and is already the best 616 Spidey book on the stands. You owe it to yourself to give this a try. That is pretty much cool. The verdict about this issue is, if you are looking for a comic that showcases the younger members of the X-Men and sees Peter Parker return to his old role as an educator of surely teenager Spider-Man and the X-Men, is the comic for you. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. This is a really nice comics. On the next Savage Saurians told Staten Island. Will Spidey student stop this Kelly scoundrels? See the second issue of this sensational series. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, and if you like it, just go to the store. This issue is worth it, and buy the book.